I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a question on measurements. The question here is, capacity of a cylindrical tank is 3140 liters. Find possible dimensions of the tank. So cylindrical tank really means that you have kind of circle base, right? And it's kind of like this. So that's the cylindrical tank. As you can see, the base is a circle, right? So what is the area of the base here? We know area of base is pi r square if the radius is r, right? And if height is h, let us say, then we can calculate volume. Volume is area of the base, which is pi r square times height. So that becomes the volume of any cylinder, right? So there are two dimensions which are related, radius and height. What are we given? We are given capacity. Capacity is volume, right? So we are given volume as equals to 3140 liters. Now we could write this in centimeter cube by multiplying by 1000. So we get it 3140 and then 1000 centimeter cube. Okay, so that is dimension in centimeters. We need to find radius and heights. When we say find possible dimensions, we need to find radius and height. So we could have combinations of radius and height to give us this number as volume. That's the strategy, correct? So let's see how they are related. So if I say, well, we should work in centimeters. So we say volume is this big. So we have 31440, then 3000 equals to, that's the volume. Pi, the value for pi is 3.14. That is why I've taken this 314, okay? Times r square, I should write like this, times height. So if I divide by 314 both sides, what do I get? So let's do it. So we have 314, then 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, dividing by 3.14 equals to, we get how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 million, correct? So what we get here is 6 zeros, 3, 4, 5, 6, correct? It makes sense, right? 3 this and 3 those, perfect. Is equals to radius square times height. So this number is radius square times height. Now what we can do here is we can actually find different combinations, correct? The idea is, how do we get 1 million with combination of radius square and height? Do you see that? So we could estimate many different values for radius and height. For example, let us reorganize this number. So what we will do here is we'll kind of make a table. Table for radius square and height, so that when we multiply them we get 1 million. Is it okay? So radius square, or let me write down one more column here, radius. Okay, so we made 3 columns here because we are interested in finding radius, correct? So if I split the term with 4 zeros, if I say radius square is with 4 zeros and left with 2 zeros, correct? So height could be 100. If I multiply this, I get 6 zeros. Now square root of 4 zeros will be 100. Do you see that? So that could be one answer. Perfect, easy. That could be one answer. We could write this hundreds as 25 times 4 also, right? We could write this as 5 times 4 also. Or what we could do here is we can take all these zeros. We can take 6 zeros here, 3 and 3, 6 zeros. Then the height will be 1. Does it make sense? It could be It could be just a flat thing, and the radius will be 1000. All these are in centimeters. So all units are in centimeters. So we get another combination, correct? Similarly, you could split this into, let's say we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 100 here, right? Times 100. 100 could be written as 25 times 4. Does give you more ideas. So you would actually combine many squares here. So 25 is 5, correct? So you could use this number as 25 times 4. You could use this. And you could use 2 zeros also, times 10 as the value of radius square. What are you left with? You're left with 100 for height, and for radius, square root of these, which is 5 times 2 times, well, I should have taken 100 times 10, right? So 2 zeros, 100. So that becomes the radius. That means 10 times 10, 100, as we began with, right? So these are different ways you could find different answers for the given situation, right? You could have 2500. So one value could be 2500. Let's say this. This could be a value for you. So radius square is, let me write down here now, 2500. And the height is 400. 2500 square root will give you 5 and 10, 50. Correct? So you could get a combination of radius and height as 50 and 400. Do you see that? 50 and 400. You could get combination as 100 and 100, as we got here. So there are many ways you can find a relation between radius and height with such a number. So basically you have to split the number so that one of them is a perfect square. We don't want to use calculator, that is why. And then the rest is height. So that's an easy way of writing possible values of radius and height for a given volume. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.